Everybody smiles in the same language. A smile, let your light come shining through.
Welcome to the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast. I'm Sandra M., coming to you from Santa Fe, New Mexico, the land of enchantment. I interview people from all parts of the world about what happiness means to them. What are they in love with? In each episode, we'll give you a key to happiness to include in your life. And of course, we'll play a happy tune from my live Celebrate Happiness Roadshow.
A smile doesn't cost you anything.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow. And our special guest today, John Whitsell, who is a media producer, a Taiko drummer, and owner of Bocce Studios in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Welcome, John.
Hi, Sandra.
I want to go back to some of the things that you were talking about before. Love. Now, I've mentioned this to other people that I've been interviewing, and we're talking about being in love, the whole quality. And since you are a guy,
Hey.
Yes, well, I've only talked to women about this. Women seem to understand being in love. In fact, I do think that women actually enjoy being in love a great deal. I mean, it's like, oh, I'm in love with this dress.
Right.
Oh, I'm in love. I just love the way I did this recipe.
Right.
It just, and I think, especially in America, we are allowed as women to say these kinds of things. We feel
Right.
these kinds of things. It's
There's
an emotion.
There's a dissolving into.
Mm-hmm. Now, for men, can they also say, I'm in love with whatever it is? And it doesn't have to be a person. It could be their profession. It could be an animal. It could be a hobby. It could be nature. I'm in love with walking. I'm in love with birding, whatever. Do men feel this way? Well, I shouldn't say do men, because you're one man, but what do you think for yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in love with Taiko drumming.
Tell me about it.
It's very enriching for me. I'm able to, at this point in my life, spend more time doing it. It's something that I get a lot of positive reinforcement from. I enjoy being a performer. I enjoy the process of communicating with my group members.
Which I think are all women, aren't they?
That's right.
But
I'm the only guy in
That's
Tory Taiko.
But let me ask you, how does it make you feel? Because I really think happiness, joy, love, all of those words that we use refer to a feeling, which is almost indefinable. So tell me how Taiko drumming makes you feel when you're up there drumming on those big drums, because I've seen you perform, and I know that you're a big guy, and it takes a lot of energy to just hit those drums, let alone do it with all the different wonderful rhythms.
That's right. It takes a lot of practice. It's like that thing about that pianist is so talented. Well, that pianist puts a lot of hours into the practice, and then you get to cherry pick the fruit of that.
But how does it make you feel when you're up there performing?
Well, you have to, there's some navigation going on, because when you're performing in front of 1,000 people or 200 people or 50 people, you have to be in the flow of it, and you can't get attached to it. You've got it up and rolling, and you cannot get fixated on the moment. There's a bit of surrender happening.
And does that feel good?
Oh, yeah, that feels good. That feels good. You can't grab it. You have to observe it and relish it. It makes me feel good, yeah. Join Sandra M. for a live performance of the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow, a toast to love and happiness in life. and an uninhibited musical adventure guaranteed to awaken your happiness vibe. Together, we celebrate with love songs and vivid and funny stories, some told by you in the audience. Sandra M. always includes amazing local musicians, storytellers, and singers. To book Sandra M. and the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow, call 505-310-8010 or email her Sandra@sandramcknight.com.
Celebrate happiness with Sandra M.
There's also a bit of the dopamine thing going on, the runner's high, the exerciser's high of doing a lot of physical activity, and that stimulates all kinds of things in your body, in the nervous system, all kinds of cascade of endorphins and biochemicals happening. So that's why some exercise can make you happy. There are physical things that you can do and benefit from and get happy.
So are you really saying, John, that happiness basically boils down to endorphins and biochemicals in our brain that shoot down our brainstem, and we say, "Oh, I feel good"?
There's a lot of that going on. I don't know if there's anything deeper than that, but that is a physical manifestation for sure. I don't know if you can take a dopamine tablet.
No, I don't think so.
But there are other substitutes. Yeah, that knowledge of, well, you don't even have to have the knowledge, the experience.
Right.
The experience that you can recreate. Those feelings.
Right. So if it all boils down to the chemistry in our brain, right, and then we interpret that chemistry coming down our brain stem into our bodies, and we feel certain things. We feel tingly, we feel good, we feel joyful, and also we can feel sad and so forth, depending on not having enough of those wonderful chemicals.
That's right.
Now, I have on my website, sandramcknight.com, keys to happiness. And many of them are about smiling, exercising, getting good sleep, etc. All of which what? Create these chemicals.
Right.
So maybe this is not all so profound as we think if we just do some of the things that make us happy.
Well, you can benefit from changing your behavior, whether there's volition, philosophical background, or what. If you follow some physical steps, you can benefit from it. It may not be the be-all and end-all, but for me, one of the best things is music.
Yes, let's talk about music.
Okay.
I'm a singer myself. I do a show, as I said, the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow live. I do a lot of singing, storytelling, and music. I just think hits us on a level that we don't even consciously aware of. It just goes zoom.
That's right. It's such a part of my life.
Yes.
I grew up in a musical family, was always encouraged. I've just got such benefit from it. I may not always be playing. I may not always be very good at something, but music enriches my life. There's quite a bit of music here in little old Santa Fe. And so it's a hub for that. And we have a lot of wonderful guests who come through town. You can put on some music that makes you feel sad. You can put on music that makes you feel glad. You can put on music that makes you feel happy. Run through that spectrum.
But the main point is, it makes you feel.
It makes you feel.
So,
That's right. That's right. It's just like an art piece, perhaps a visual artist, a painting. I don't like that.
Yes.
Hey, I got a reaction out of that person. So that's into communication.
Yes. I'm just having such a wonderful time talking with you about happiness, and I have a few more questions if you're up for that.
I'm up for a few more questions. Go ahead.
All right. So, what makes most people happy, in your opinion?
What makes most people happy? I think when there's a connection. I gravitate toward the love. The people who are closest in your life, They may or may not be your blood relatives. They may be, extended family.
Mm-hmm.
You share something else with people outside your family of origin, oftentimes, which can be very rich. So I very much associate that with family, and my concept of family is larger than the family of origin.
Right, but you said what makes most people happy, in your opinion, is connection.
Is connection.
So
yes.
does it have to be to people?
It doesn't have to be to people. It could be to the stars.
Mm-hmm.
It could be to plants. It could be to a concept where what are all those philosophers doing? They can get real academic, but they can get really into it. Santa Fe is a place where dreamers come.
Yes.
Including the ones in Los Alamos. Now, I don't agree with what they have done and what they continue to do up there on the hill in Los Alamos, but they're seekers. They're looking for something that's authentic. Mm-hmm. I think we're all looking for something that's authentic, and we can get fooled oftentimes by something phony or plastic. But there's a joy that comes from an authentic experience. Sandra M. invites you and yours this October for an intimate 14-day Being in Love with Life happiness journey to Bhutan, the lost kingdom of happiness, nestled in the Himalayas just below the plateau of Tibet. Experience the magnificent beauty, magic, and mystery of this ancient culture, a country that holds a profound respect for nature and Mother Earth. The Bhutanese call this Drala, or spiritual ecology. Bhutan is a recognized leader in the Happiness Biodiversity Index for our planet, and it also calculates the gross national happiness of its people. Their idea being that material gain cannot come at the expense of their environment, culture, or the spiritual and mental well-being of their people. Happiness Bhutan Style is an adventure of a lifetime. For more details, contact Sonam Dorji at 805-320-6406 and view our itinerary at BhutanLostKingdomTours.com and click on Special Tour Packages.
Celebrate happiness with Sandra M. So we're talking about authentic experience, meaning, and that, of course, is different for everybody.
Right.
However, it's the connection. It's like putting a plug into a socket, right?
Right.
And I think human beings actually always, many times forget to stay connected because we're in this go-go world, as
That's
you put
right.
out. I love that, this go-go
That's right.
world, right? And so if we're going all the time, we don't connect. We don't connect to people. We don't connect to family. And then we say, oh, we're just exhausted, we're tired, we're depressed, etc., etc. As opposed to if we just what? Take a moment, connect, reach out. Going back to those simple behaviors, smile, right?
Right, right.
Be kind to other people. Have some respect.
Yeah.
Pet the dog. Maverick, your guy Maverick back there, right?
Being kind is being respectful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like that smile from a stranger. That kindness is also a form of respect. What is it? Namaste.
Yes.
I acknowledge what's inside you.
Yes.
What's inside me acknowledges what's
It's
inside you.
So finally, as we wrap up here today, I have two more questions.
Okay.
Number one, is happiness a basic human right?
Is happiness a basic human right? Well, I think it's in the preamble to the Constitution, so I don't think it's a...
No, outside the government.
I'm just walking along here. Human rights, has the concept of law in it. Do we have a right to clean air?
Yes, but it has nothing to do with law. I think law comes afterwards. We as human beings have to decide what are our human rights.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Meaning we have right to clean air, we have right to what? to be happy.
We
We have right to be peaceful. We have a right not to want to fight necessarily or go to war.
And all of those are grounded in security.
Yes, but have nothing to do with law. Law then galvanizes it.
If your life is a little bit of stress is good, but if it's totally stressed, you're not happy.
And you're going to get sick.
And you're going to get sick, and you're going to pay the prices of that. And some people, it's very difficult, not out of their fault. They may be in a very difficult situation.
But I go back to my question.
Okay.
Outside of the law, outside of government, etc., all human beings, is it a basic human right? Is happiness a basic human right? We have a right to be happy?
I don't know if we have a right to be happy, but I think we learn to not be happy.
Yes.
I think happiness is innate in the human experience. Our conditioning and our stresses may blunt that and not allow that to flower. So it's just like sadness and grief, happiness is innate part of the human experience, whether someone grants you that right or not.
Exactly. Whether someone grants you that right, they have no control over your inner world.
Mm-hmm.
This comes to my last question, which is happiness a way of living?
Happiness is a big part of living, yeah.
Can we make it a way of living?
We can make it a way of living. Okay, that's what entertainment business is all about, right?
Absolutely.
It's about happiness. It may be because situations are bad and nasty and you need to get into a movie theater for a couple of hours and get some enjoyment and get some happiness. That's a big business too. But is it authentic? Is it authentic or is it fake? Stay tuned.
I'm sorry, I don't quite get that. Is entertainment authentic? Is that what you're saying? Or fake?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
Okay. I think entertainment is just like everything else in life. We create an entertainment in order to make us feel a certain way, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go to the movies. The people who make the movie create it in order to make the audience feel a certain way. And if we live in a very stressed life, right, is that authentic also? Oh, yes, it's authentic. Have we created that stress? Most of the time we've created our own stress by the way we perceive life, right? So I think that entertainment is just as authentic as everything else. Yes. And nothing is really fake. Not really. I mean, it's just the way you perceive it. If you perceive it as being fake, then for you, it's not authentic. For somebody else, it changes their life.
That's right. The perception, how we interpret the signals, how we interpret what we experience, and where we move on from that. That's the flow. That's one moment to the next. That's the life journey.
So could we say it's the glass full or the glass empty? Half full or half empty?
Half full or half empty.
It's your choice.
Yeah. It depends on how thirsty I am.
Oh, John, thank you so much for being with us today. I've really enjoyed our conversation. Are there any last comments that you'd like to make?
Just be kind. Help with the happiness. Have a smile. Go for a run. Listen to some music. Read a good book. There's a lot of creativity.
And live in the moment.
Living in the moment, being aware. Those are my nuggets for our listeners.
Thank you so much, John. A pleasure.
My pleasure. Here's today's key to happiness.
Exercise your body to reduce stress. Regular exercise reduces stress and boosts self-esteem and happiness. To get started,
take a walk around the block every night after dinner.
Sign up for a beginner's class in yoga or Tai Chi.
Start your day with 5 minutes of stretching.
and get back to fun activities you enjoy. Golf, bowling, dancing, yoga, or gardening. Thank you for tuning in to Celebrating Happiness with us. And before we go, I'd like to thank today's guest, John Whitsell, for sharing his happiness story. Share your happiness story on the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast. Send an email to sandra@sandramcknight.com. Join us next time.
Everybody smiles in the same language. A smile lets your light come shining through. The curve at the corner of your mouth sets everybody straight. Be bold, be beautiful, just be you. Be bold, be beautiful, just be you. Be bold, be beautiful.